Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Tim Lloyd back with Jeff Hobbs. It is the 0 hour, and today we are talking some Aries 8 action. Jeff, we've got Spencer Brandon about to join us. Spencer in the co-main event of Aries 8 coming up on Friday, June the 3rd, from the world famous Cotton Eye Joe in Knoxville, Tennessee. He's going to be taking on Joseph Hishmeh, who we've been seeing out of Shield Systems as of late. This is a fight I was really excited to put together, and I'm excited to talk to Spencer today. He's one of Lance Patrick's guys from the new Outlook MMA.
Yeah, what a fight, man. When you snuck this one on me, I was like, holy shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, holy shit. From Outlook MMA with Lance Patrick, but that's not to say we don't know Spencer Brandon already before he was with Outlook, because, we've seen him on some cards in Nashville already. Tough ass dude, man. That's why this is so intriguing. Joseph Hishman is a young kid that we just know we've seen with a lot of upside and potential. But as any new competitor, there's kind of a level of opponent you start at and you build your way up. This is you would think that the climb up it would be a little more gradual. This is a big jump, for Hishma, because Spencer Brandon is just a fucking tough ass dude, man. This is a big jump up in competition. So as much as Joseph has impressed us, and man, the potential and the sky looks like the limit, just immediately now, what is this? This will be fight number 3 for Hishma.
Yeah, he's 2-0.
Fight number 3, we're already in a position where we're going, holy shit, look at this fight,
Right.
So I'm excited, man. I'm ready to get this wild man in here.
Before we talk to Spencer, do us a favor out there, hit the subscribe button. The subscribe bell, you'll get notifications when we put new content up here on the channel. Right now, you can see all the Aries 7 videos, and we're posting Aries 6 videos every day. So like it, subscribe it. We appreciate it. Hit our Facebook at Aries Fights series, and then also Aries Fights series on Instagram. And that's all the formalities. Let's bring in Spencer. Send Spencer Brandon.
Spencer, come on in, buddy.
I'm here.
Hey, just like that. Here he is. Spencer, appreciate you joining us, man. We are about 2 weeks out from your return to the Cotton Eye Joe. You've had a good history at the Cotton Eye Joe.
That's right.
Yeah, Spencer, of course, coming in representing Outlook MMA in Nashville, Tennessee. New team out there. This will be one of the first fights that they've had. I may be mistaken. They may have had a few other fights, but this little crop that's coming out here on this card for June the 3rd is without a doubt the biggest outing that you guys have had yet, right? There's 6 fighters on the card.
Yeah, as a contingency, yeah.
I mean, I actually had went down there and trained a while back, and I liked his style. I liked his style of coaching and stuff, and then it turned out he's got a pretty proven track record of being a good coach and everything. And as I said, I really liked the way that he coached and stuff, and I was like, yeah, you know what, I really would like to come and train here and stuff. And I finally kind of worked myself into a position where I was able to, and so I just been training there and stuff, and figure go out. You know how I am, Tim. I love to fight. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It was like he was okay with it. He was okay saying, okay, I'll corner you and stuff. And
cool.
We signed up for it,
Hey, man, and for those that don't know, if you haven't seen any of Spencer Brandon's fights, I urge you to do that. Find them on the YouTubes here. And this guy always puts on a show, win or lose. He's always in a war. I think I've had the privilege of matching all of Spencer's MMA fights up to date. You've been back and forth. You've been, it's been a bit of an alternating back and forth win-loss. You opened up with a win over a KMA fighter at Cotton Eye Joe, as we talked about. And then you got put into a title fight, your second fight, against a much more experienced guy in Jose Arriaga. You guys went the decision You went all the rounds. You lost a decision there in a step up. Come back, get a win.
I
Go
would
ahead.
always,
Yeah, proceed.
I will always give it to the people that beat me. You know what I mean? I'm very upfront. That's why I like that, and that's why I like you, Tim, because you've always been very upfront with me about the way that we deal with each other and stuff.
Sure.
And on the on that Ariaga fight, you know,
Let me
the
stop you
reason
for a
I feel
second. That was Lebanon, right? Was that?
Was
yeah,
the
wasn't
first
that?
prime
Yeah.
fight.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah.
Man, like you know my style. Like I kind of go out there with a little less care about like winning or losing. I mean I
You want
love
to
to
put on a
fight.
show.
I love to fight. You know?
Reckless. Just reckless.
And you know, it was weird because I went out there in that first and second round with that mentality of like, you know, I want to go in here and go at it. And then you know, we all saw what happened, which was, hey, you know, you come forward, guy takes you down, and he gets the points that way. And that third round, man, I switched it around a lot and was out there, hey, you know, I'm not just coming forward to try to kill you, you know, I'm like gonna actually try to, you know, win type of a deal. Which is a weird one for me. It's like I don't really get the point of like winning, you know, like who really cares about having your hand raised by another guy, right? Like, you know, as long as I get to go out there and, you know, live a full life and know that I did some extraordinary stuff, you know, then I guess I can always walk away, go to my grave feeling like, yeah, I did it, you know.
But you guys were just dropping each other back and forth, man.
It was a battle.
Like both of y'all were just getting dropped, and you think it's over, and the next thing you know, it's like the other one now drops the other one. And
oh
like,
man, you know what it was, man. What it was, and this has been my experience so far. Is like when it comes to the hands, like I've got a lot of strength and a lot of power and stuff, a lot of natural power. So a lot of the times I'll touch a guy and like he doesn't want to like throw with me, you know, anymore. My weakness, and this was actually one that I really decided I want to take it more seriously and just train more at, and I've got a long way to go, but was like, you know, getting taken down, you know, like hands wise, you know, I'm down for anybody. You could put a 185er in there and I'll go against that, you know what I mean? No problem. But wrestling wise, it was like, you know, that's basically that was my weak point, you know. And so my last fight was really where I decided like I've got to take it more seriously. I would say for sure I'm sure that's still my weak point, but I'm thinking more, you know, not just going out there like, hey, I want to destroy you, but
more measured.
you know, well, you
calculated.
never know. I always say like a fight's a fight, you know what I mean? A fight's a fight. And so I go out there to go fight, you know what I mean? Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. As long as I can walk away holding my head going, I went at it, you know?
Well, that's the thing. If you hadn't mentioned who won that fight, I honestly will be honest with you, I couldn't remember who won the fight. But I think that's a testament to you. I don't remember who won that fight. All I remember was fucking kick ass crazy fight. I don't know. I couldn't remember
who won that fight. He won that fight.
Sure, but my point is
because of the takedown.
I didn't care who won that fight, and who won it was not why I remember that fight. The reason I remember that fight is because what a spectacle and show that it was, man. And so that is a testament to you. Win or lose, the focus isn't on the outcome of the fight. It was how they entertained the crowd.
Well, you know what's weird, man, is like it's not even like that for me. It's not even like the crowd kind of disappears a lot whenever I've been in there. It's always just kind of like it's me and old boy across the way, and it's kind of like it's me and him, you know what I mean? And we're gonna go all the way, you know, not just sparring or, you know, practicing, but like we're gonna actually like throw real, you know.
It's like you were saying that your last fight you were a little bit more calculated, a little bit more measured. You still managed to put on a very entertaining fight because last time out was at the Underground where you took on Dustin Berry from Agogi, a guy, very accomplished wrestler. That was a hell of a fight. And one where I did notice that you were a little more measured, a little more calculated, but sitting there next to Jeff watching that fight, it was like, I think Dustin is probably, edging these rounds out with a takedown, but
Oh yeah.
Spencer is still very, very live all the way till the last bell, because you were still swinging those things, man, like so hard. Like there was so much damage being done. You're one of these guys that it's not over until it's freaking over, and no one has managed to finish you yet. So anybody that's fighting you has to be ready to go for a full hard hellacious 9 minutes. Joseph Hishma is up next. What have you had a chance to look at him at all? He's coming out of Shield Systems. They're a very, very technical team. He will be well coached, trained up. To me, just the initial breakdown of this will be, does the technique, does the skill, the polish of Joseph Hishma, can it overtake the absolute just badassery rawness of Spencer Brandon here? A guy that doesn't take no for an answer. So that to me is what makes this fight so intriguing, because it's very, very much
Yeah.
very different styles.
Yeah, yeah. I honestly I haven't watched anything on him. It's partially it's partially a pride issue, and then also probably a lot more just that I'm a freaking bump on a log when it comes to electronics.
Yeah.
But it's like I'll usually in all my fights I'll kind of maybe like ask around, like when you first sent me the name, like I looked it up on Instagram, and like I looked up, like just what he looks at like and stuff. But I didn't really like look into it, and I haven't watched any of his fights or anything. And that's more so because of, like I said, I am a freaking bum on log when it comes to electronics, you know. So I don't really look at it like that. I'm a Viking. You know what I mean? I'm a Viking. So it's like I kind of just look at it like I'm gonna go there. I'll try to get as much information as I can, but I'm gonna go there, and as a martial artist, I want to improve myself all the way around. So improve on the things that I feel that I've lacked on, improve on the things that I'm already good at, and just improve overall as a martial artist. And then go in there and try to be as smart as possible. Like we talked about, it's like, well, the last fight with Dustin Berry, right? I had no choice in that except for to come forward, because right as we're getting ready for my fight, I'm looking around for my mouthpiece, and I can't find the mouthpiece. And I'm like, where's my mouthpiece? Where's my mouthpiece? And we can't find it. So finally, one of the other guys that fought on that card too, he's like, "Oh, here, I have an extra. I have an extra. It's a brand new mouthpiece. It ain't molded or nothing." So we're back here with a light,
No.
trying to like light this up to heat it up as much as possible. And finally, it's like the music's on, and there ain't no other choice.
And you're holding a lighter to a mouthpiece.
Bite down, and it was like, okay. So right at first, I was like, maybe this will work. But he came with the over the top that hit me square in the head, and it was like, I felt the thing move around a little bit, and I was just like, oh fuck, all right, all right, it's time to go at this and see what happens,
Jeff, what you got here?
Man, I don't have much, man, because I mean, everything we've already talked about. You know how obviously you can see how I feel about this fight. I think it's going to be fun. I mean it with all sincerity and respect. But Spencer Brandon is just reckless in the cage, and that's why I love watching him fight. Not because there's not skill there, but just his reckless abandonment of, I'm just, I don't know, man. Like he just said, I'm I think it's awesome, and I respect the fact that you are just kind of maybe trying to slow it down a little bit and be more calculated and think more. And that's good. You've got to do that to further your career, but just don't lose what makes you special, and that is that if the technical stuff isn't working, by God, don't be afraid to just go back to what you know. You know what I'm saying, Spencer? And just
Oh
fucking
yeah, man.
throw, and let's just see where the chips fall, man. I'm
It's kind
excited.
of a it's kind of just a natural thing. It's one of those things where you always walk into it thinking to yourself like, yeah, I want to be like a sniper, right? Oh man,
Yeah.
that'd be real cool, right? But we are who we are, man. I started out like a long time ago in kind of the older school of training where it was pretty much show up and,
Beat the shit out of
fight.
each
Spar.
Yeah, beat the shit out of each other every day. And I was a youngster going with grown men, so I was very small and getting knocked around by big guys. So maybe that trained my head to be able to where it doesn't feel hits too much, you know.
I like that though. You know what? I love that analogy. Some people are snipers, and then some people just grab the machine gun and fucking da 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 da. Just you just got to decide which one you are, man. And
Well, and the other thing too is like I always look at it right, and you see a lot of the fights where there's the feeling out process, but I just feel like, man, like I don't know, I don't really have time for that. You know what I
3
mean?
minutes goes
Like
fast. I don't have time to
I
feel
want
out.
to let's see what's gonna use what you're gonna use. I'm gonna use what I'm gonna use, and let's meet in the middle and find out what's gonna happen here. You know what I mean?
Well, my last question for you is: you got a hat on. What's the hair looking like? All right, because is it short? Is it short? Is it shorter?
Call me Greg Brady here.
Yeah.
That's the guys at work. It's all
The
flat
back
right
of
now,
it.
but it's usually I got a little fro going on right
Yeah,
now.
but that Lebanon fight when I first introduced you, the hair was longer. It was
Yeah.
everywhere.
Oh, it's
It
my
was
yeah, man.
yeah.
Because so I actually come from. I always thought that I was mostly Irish. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? I always thought that was like mostly it. You know, I'm just regular old white dude, right? And then a family member took a one of those DNA
23 and
tests
me.
like that,
Yeah.
and they were like, oh, found out that 60% Scandinavian, 30% Irish, and then 10% like mixed up. So it
So you
turns
said
out
I'm a Viking.
I'm mostly a Viking, yeah, you know. And I was like, hell yeah! So I grew my hair out like that because it's just a little stereotype of what the Viking looks like, you know. So I
Yeah.
thought it was cool. So I was like, yeah, I'm doing my hair like a Viking, you know.
Well, now you don't have to spend the fight wiping it out of your eyes. So.
Right.
I like the
Well,
pictures. The pictures always came out cool, man. You know, all the weird hair
yeah.
all over the place.
Well, man, I want to ask you this. This is one thing that I haven't ever really kind of talked to you about. I don't think, and that's what's your end goal with this, man? Are you just fighting because you really enjoy fighting and you're happy being an amateur and just fighting from time to time, or you're 30, you're 30 or so, aren't you?
I'm 32.
32, right? Yeah. So, okay, exactly. You're not getting any younger. Are there plans to go any further with this? Are you looking to go pro at some point? And kind of what is the outlook in that regard, or is it just, hey, man, I like to be able to fight when I want to fight, and I want to jump out there and bang around and have a good time?
You know, it's kind of a meet in the middle. So my honestly, I should have really taken it more seriously when I was younger. You know, when I was training when I was younger.
Mm.
And dude, you guys think I'm exciting now. You guys should have seen me at like 23, 24. Yeah, that was yeah. Yeah, you guys would have been like, yeah, you guys might have been like, holy crap, don't let him fight people, you know? But I just was too wild. I was too wild. I didn't have anything, and then I had my son. I met the love of my life, and we had our son together. And it shifted the way that I thought. Where wasn't so much of that wild nature. I had to be more responsible. So got a job, blah blah blah, all that stuff, and it wasn't satisfying enough. I missed fighting. I missed it, and I said to myself, I'm gonna go for this, and I'm gonna try to do the right steps. Go through making weight, going through promotions, blah blah blah, all the legal type of way of doing it. And I'm gonna try to do it the right way. There's also the other side where it's hard to fight your natural nature. I mean, I love to fight. I love to fight. So I've always said it in kind of two ways. It's like I'm a welder. So I can get a job wherever, but I would love it if I could go about providing for my son as a professional and do that, then that's my dream, and I'm gonna go about taking steps to make that happen. You know what I mean? But I also have to be responsible and not just I have a kid, and he comes before all of this. You know what I mean? So as much as I love it, if I go in there and I go, hey, yeah, and I'm putting on fights and doing this and that, and let's say I'm winning. Let's say I go and I win 5 straight fights in a row, and they're all boom knockouts, great, cool, but somehow it affects my son, my kid, in a way to where it negatively affects him. Well, then I have to take a sidestep and go, you know what? I wanted to, but he comes first. On the other hand, if I go out there and I can make this work and I can go be a successful pro and do that, well, then that works in 2 ways. One, because I can provide for my son, and two, because I can go about living the dream that's there. Like, for instance, right? Like, did you guys see the last fight with Volkanovski?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see like his form and everything, how he looked out there?
Yeah,
And
look great.
I look at something like that and I go, that looks like fun.
Yeah.
That looks like, man, that would be something that people talk about, for
Mm.
years. Something that goes on into legend, right? So that's where inside my own heart and my personal lives, but I also have to be responsible because I have a child and I need to make sure that he comes first. So I started up with Lance because I thought, man, he looks like a good coach. He's got a good track record. Let's see if I can do something with this. So that's what I want to do. I want to go out here, keep training, keep improving on my overall game, and go out there and hit people till they're dead.
Hey, can't blame you for that, man. I love the honesty, and you never know. Maybe we'll see you, going to the pro circuit sooner than later with a nice performance out here, June the 3rd. I'll let you get some shout outs where they're due, Spencer. Any friends, family, training partners, sponsor love you want to give, I'll let you do that, and then let people know where they can follow your social media.
Um, I'd like to just thank all the people in my whole life that I've ever trained with, starting from all the way back in Sacramento, California, a place called Brothers Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. A fight team out there called Havoc Squad. Those were really 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 early days, a long time ago. But those are places that I started. So I want to say thank you to them. I want to give a big thank you to Legion Jiu Jitsu for letting me come and train with them. I want to give a big thank you to Guardian MMA, letting me come train with them for a teeny little while. And thank you a lot to Lance Patrick and Outlook MMA. They're an excellent gym, man. They really are. When I walked in there, that first day that I walked in there and got to train a little bit, I was like, this is a great place. He is a really, really good coach. Really, really good coach. So I want to say big thank you to them and all the guys out there, all the guys that are fighting on the same card with me. Clint and George, Billy, Ashley, Aaron, all of them guys, man. Thank you guys for training for me and having me. I know that I can be a little wild and stuff sometimes, but like I appreciate you letting me try to improve and sharpen up a little bit. And I don't and any sponsors out there that want to sponsor me, hey, give me a call. You can reach my Instagram is boogie_fit at Instagram.com.
Awesome, man. Hey, Spencer, we appreciate the time. You can catch Spencer in the co-main event of Aries 8. It goes down Friday, June the 3rd from the world famous Cotton Eye Joe, Knoxville, Tennessee. You get your tickets at fighterticksforthenext.com. And Spencer,
Wait,
one more thing. Go ahead, hit it. Yes.
I got to ask you something. So, Tim, do I get my 5 rounds?
It's still only 3 rounds because it's not a title. But if you win this,
man, I want 5.
I know.
5.
You win this, we'll talk about the next one being 5 rounds for some hardware. We don't have a 145 champion, so you know.
Hey, and you know what, Tim? I gotta say, hey, thank you to you too, man. Like you're a super cool promoter, man. You always fucking are just upfront, and I like that. You know what I mean?
Hey, it's the
I
only
don't
way
like
to be.
people. I don't like people that are always, running around doing like, hey, say this and do another thing. I like people that are upfront and stuff. So I appreciate you always working with me, man. That's why I always try to do good for
Hey,
you.
I appreciate the kind words. Likewise to you, Spencer. You don't turn down nothing but your fucking collar, my man. So that's all we can ask for. Hey, one more time, Spencer. Thanks for your time. Well, I know it's a hard training week for you, getting ready for weight cuts coming up in about a week. So I'll let you get back to it, man. And we'll see you here in a few short weeks.
That's right. Welcome everybody to Valhalla.